Welcome to the Excellent Life Podcast, a podcast where you are inspired, motivated, and challenged to live a life of excellence. On the show, I will cover topics like created for excellence, keys to living an excellent life, and living your very best life. My special guests will also share from their wealth of experience the principles for living an excellent life. I'm your host, Bola Mata Loco, and I'm so excited to be with you today. Welcome to episode 4 of the Excellent Life Podcast. I'm your host, Bola Mata Loco, and I'm super excited and delighted to be with you today. The topic for today's show is excellence in leadership, and I have a very special guest who will be joining me in this discussion. She's an entrepreneur, a business executive, as well as an ordained pastor. She's a graduate of chemistry from the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, Nigeria, an alumna of the Chief Executive Program of Lagos Business School, the Global Executive MBA of IESE Business School, Barcelona, Spain, and Global CEO Program of Wharton and China European International Business School, CEIBS. Ibukun Awosika is a co-founder and past chairperson of Women in Business, Management and Public Service, WIMBIS. She's the founder of the Christian Missionary Fund, a faith-based organization that works with hundreds of missionaries spread across Nigeria to change lives with the provision of medical, educational, and other supplies. She's a multiple award-winning entrepreneur and the first Nigerian recipient of the prestigious International Women Entrepreneur Challenge Award as a nominee of the U.S. Department of State in 2008. Ibukun Awosika is the first female and immediate past chairman of First Bank Nigeria. She has spoken at numerous world conferences and platforms where she shares her knowledge on several economic and faith-based topics. In 2018, she worked as an executive producer of the movie God's Calling and has also authored several books, including The Girls Entrepreneurs and Business is Way. She's happily married to Ibukun Awosika, and they're blessed with 3 wonderful boys, just like me. It gives me so much pleasure and joy to welcome my coach, my mentor, my pastor and sister, Mrs. Ibukun Awosika. Welcome, Pastor Ibukun. I am beyond excited to have you on the Excellent Life Podcast.
So much with that kind of introduction. I'm already in trouble.
Oh my God.
Definitely a pleasure to be here with you. And I'm grateful for your invitation. And I know that you've been doing an amazing job.
Oh, thank you.
In ministry and with this podcast. So let's hope we add to whatever it is you've done in our
Amen. And I have no doubt about that. And this is extra special because March is International Women's Month. So this is just really God ordained that we're doing this now. So I'm going to jump right into the questions. Question number 1, what is your leadership philosophy? And how has this helped you to become the excellent leader that you are?
What's my leadership philosophy? Generally for me, I just believe that first and foremost, every human being is the same.
Amen. Yeah.
We all have different value that we bring, and learning to respect other people and treat them like yourself makes a lot of difference to the kind of interactions we have with those we work with around us at whatever level. So, and I also firmly believe in justice, fairness, and equity in my interaction with other people. So when you put those things into every scenario, you'd find at the end of the day, it's a privilege to lead anyone because frankly, people can submit to you because they need you for one thing or the other. But for them to actually allow them to lead them in some way is an act of trust.
Mm. So I was reading an article recently on leadership, and it said that people trust you as a leader when you're authentic. So what would be your definition of authentic leadership?
I think it's really when we are ourselves and we're not, sometimes we get stuck in what people expect, how people expect us to behave as a boss. So you then say, no, I cannot do that. I cannot be smiling with people. I cannot be playing with the people that I work with because they're going to think, I don't know how to be a big man or a big woman and all that. But you know what? Really, it's just about, I wouldn't want, that one of my most favorite quotes is to thyself be true. So you're the one that loses, because when you cease to be yourself, too much effort to be anything else but yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the easiest thing to be is to be natural. Like someone like me, I'm playful, I can gist and laugh with any level and rank. I think my house girl can give me very good counsel on some things. My driver or my security we can have a conversation in the car that will make a difference to a decision I would make, because in reality, there's some things I don't know that they know.
Absolutely.
What we know is a reflection of our experiences and our journey in life.
Yes.
And we wouldn't all have had the same journey. So part of our authenticity is our sense of liberty in interaction with other people.
Oh, wow.
Now, does that mean everything that is genuinely us is good? No, sometimes we have bad natural habits. If you're a short-tempered, snappy person, you shouldn't excuse yourself and say, I'm being authentic. Because obviously, it's not something that's beneficial to other people that work with you, around you. So you need to find how to discipline yourself and how to bring that thing that you identify as not being right in you, how to bring it under control and master yourself. So it's really about, can you laugh with people that walk around you and not think, I'm a boss, I should frown, No. Just be yourself. Enjoy the personality of who you are. Cheerful, be free.
Oh, wow.
Have a great expression of your own person.
Wow. I love that. I love that because, and it's so interesting because what you're saying kind of flows into my next question, because I was going to ask you that, how do you continue to grow and excel as a leader and not, and avoid being complacent? And you kind of went into that with the fact that you can really learn from anyone, you can learn from anyone.
My personal principle is, first and foremost, if you want to be an effective, sustainable, long-term leader, you must be teachable.
Absolutely.
And leadership isn't about technical knowledge. There is technical knowledge, you're a good engineer, you're a good doctor, but there's life knowledge.
Wow.
And a lot of what leadership has to do with is largely life knowledge, relationship knowledge, interaction knowledge, management of people, management of people, just all of those things they are very much related to human beings. And you're teachable, because there is no one that's had a perfect life that's covered every strata of life that you can encounter. So you have to be very open-minded, recognizing good in other people and recognizing the talents and the value that they bring, and being open to learn from them in order to enhance yourself. Because who is a good leader? Someone who is able to maximize the talents and the giftings of all the members of their team for the benefit of the institution, organization, or community. So as a leader, you do not have to be the smartest person in the room.
Absolutely.
But if you are someone that doesn't have understanding, you think that you must be the one that has the answer to everything. You must be the smartest guy in the room. Must always that. Once you've spoken, nobody can speak. how can you, assuming you're an entrepreneur and you employ a lot of smart people, why would you employ a lot of smart people to work for you and not take value from them by allowing them to contribute? If everybody is afraid to speak once you've spoken, you're the loser. Because it means that the value they've brought to the table, you cannot use it because they're not going to release it. No matter how much you pay, man, what you get out of him is what he's willing to give you.
Absolutely. And, it's so interesting because I have in my notes here that authentic leaders not only inspire those around them, they empower them to step forward and lead. And it's so interesting because, like you said, I feel that at times as leaders, people get intimidated of allowing other people to come up as leaders because they feel like, oh, they will overshadow me. But, I always say that one of the qualities of a good leader is that you're leading people and they honestly don't even know that you're leading them because you're just doing such a good job in carrying them along with you. Oh, wow. I'm loving this. So that takes me to my next question. So my next question is, what would you say to someone looking to be inspired to, be the absolute excellent leader they can be? Because, one thing I love about you is that you're so inspirational. When I listen to you, you stir up something in me to want to be better. So, would you, if someone is listening to us today and they're like, oh my God, I aspire to be an excellent leader, what would you say to them to inspire them in that decision?
Well, leadership is a journey. And it's really like the things you said earlier. Be yourself. Enjoy the journey. Be humble enough to know that you are not God. So you don't know everything.
Yes.
Encourage others to share what they know. Because iron sharpeneth iron, they say.
Yes.
When you encourage people to give of themselves, you get blessed. But in their giving of themselves, you get to give of yourself too. And share together in order to enhance each other. You know what I always find funny about very insecure leaders is, look, once you already have the office or the title of the leader, whatever value every member of your team brings to the table, you get credit for it because if your team wins, you win.
Yeah,
but you don't have to be the one that does all the work. So it is so arrogant or stupid in some ways to think that, oh, if it's not you doing it, then everybody else cannot. Then you don't have a lot of wisdom. Because if you have real wisdom, you understand that your team's victory is yours.
Oh, so what I hear you saying is that a good leader is a team player.
Yes, you cannot lead if you are not a team player, because who are you leading? You are leading a team, you are leading a company, you are leading a nation. But for your team to succeed, you must allow everybody to contribute the talents they have. Why? Wow. There's not a single person that has every talent that is required for you to win. No matter how small.
There's no I in team. There's no I in team. So, that's so interesting.
The We project.
I want to talk about something that's so dear to your heart. You have a conference coming up in Dubai at the end of the month, which I will be attending.
Also, we're so glad to have you.
The International Women's Conference. And, I know you're such a strong advocate for women and in leadership, which is why I believe you put this conference together. So my question is, why did you decide to do it? Let me hear your own words. And what do you hope to accomplish, at this conference?
The reality is, I've spoken to too many smart, amazing, able to deliver women across. And it's just painful to see them undermined and sometimes undermine themselves by their own lack of knowledge. And most women are technically competent. So we're not talking technical knowledge here. Most women are technically competent, but in terms of sustainable leadership roles at the highest level, there is knowledge beyond the technical knowledge that is required. And because enough women have not occupied those positions, they haven't learned enough of it to share. And I believe that until we learn to share our knowledge and enhance one another, we lose. We can't. So there are 3 key principles for me for the conference. One is knowledge. And when you bring a lot of smart women together and they share their own experiences from different parts of the world, different organizations, different countries, we sharpen each other and we all become better. That's 1. 2 is power. Women hold power in silos. Most women do not realize that they actually have power where they sit.
Wow.
But the power in silos is undermined and is not effective. But imagine when you now connect all those silos powers together to create superpower.
Powerhouse.
And women with understanding that they win together rather than win alone. Which means when their powers are connected, they use the connected power to support each other.
Oh, wow.
In their different roles and to support helping other women to come up the ladder, to become the best of themselves and respecting every woman's wish. Because when we talk about women ambitious and this, every woman isn't in that sense. If a woman wants to be a housewife and she's happy to be, we should appreciate and celebrate her in her choice. Because everybody, all you really want is that every person is the best of themselves in their chosen places where they are happy to be. And
their very
that's
best
it.
Life.
So, but the ones that want a certain kind of career, they get a chance to sharpen each other, to connect their power, to support one another. And then the 3rd leg for me is fun.
Yes.
Because there's so many. Yes. So because there's so many.
To that.
I know. And I can see you girls are really busy.
We are enjoying each other on that. So happy.
That was the one. I wanted a lot of connectivity before the conference itself.
Yes, that has definitely happened. You know, I was saying to a friend of mine the other day that there's this false narrative that's been pushed out that women do not support women. And I think there's nothing could be further from the truth. Because for me, especially in the last couple of years, I've had the opportunity to be around a lot of women, and we're constantly encouraging one another, pushing one another, rooting for one another. You know, so I really say that it's a myth. It's an absolute myth.
The things we do and how we do it is what will make nonsense of the myths that are passed on from generation to generation. And when we collectively realize that we have responsibility for the other woman, and we do it forward and backward. You support your peers, you support women above you, you support women coming behind you in a way that they can find their place, find their voice, and find their joy. Then we create a critical mass of successful women in whatever field they have chosen. With 50% of the world being women, we can only create a better world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can create a better world. You know, there was a picture you posted on your Instagram the other day with all these men on this table. And I remember you asked the question, what is wrong with this picture? And my answer was everything. And, you know, one of the things we've been talking about, you know, leading to the conference is how do we as women get a seat on the table? You know,
that's one of the sessions we have is we have the former global CEO of Unilever. He's talking about managing power, what women need to know, because it's important. And we will take the knowledge from everybody that knows it. And then right after his keynote, there is a plenary session with some amazing African women from multiple countries, from Zambia, Ghana, Nigeria. And we will then have Paul Pullman join them, and they'll be talking about what do you do when you get a seat at the table?
Yeah, because it's one thing to get a seat. It's another thing to be prepared when you get the seat at the table.
Yes, it's another thing to be prepared, but it's also another thing to have the long-term vision of how do you make how you handle the seat at the table benefit generations of women.
Absolutely.
By how you handle it.
Absolutely. Because I think that is so key, because I feel like it's like when you broke the ceiling and became the first female chairman, all of a sudden we all felt we could do it. And that's our responsibility when we break the ceiling and get into a space to do it in a way that inspires and encourages other people to be able to get into that space. Oh boy, I love it. I don't know about you. We were talking today about how we started packing. So I want to ask you a question. Before I ask you the final question, can somebody still register for this conference?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're almost at our limit for physical.
Okay.
So there's probably just a few slots left. Okay. But I think as of today, we have activated virtual.
Oh, okay. So, okay. All right.
Yes,
so
I think as of today, we have activated virtual. So I'm sure we'll have a post on the app with a flyer about the virtual. And we're hoping that all the women that have registered for the conference will encourage at least one person to register for the virtual. So we're using that to extend to allow other women who are not able to get to Dubai to still be able to benefit in some way.
Okay, so my final question. One of the things I admire about you so much is the balance that you have. You've been able to balance this role of board guru, wife, mother, pastor, friend. And I just want to know, how do you do it?
Well, wow. I think my general rule is what is important for today. That's what I do.
Oh, I love that.
I take whatever is important for each moment. That's what I do. And I have what I call an equity policy, where at different times I make sure I create value in the things that are important to me. I also have my order of priority. God being number one on my list, and that's my relationship with God.
God, yes.
Which is a 24/7 relationship. Then my family, that's my husband and my children. Then followed by my siblings. And all that before you then get to all my corporate and commercial responsibilities, and then church and all of that. So you have to sort of figure out your own order of priority and then decide how you organize yourself to make them work for you. The other thing also is, look, one thing I hate anybody to ever call me is a superwoman, because she doesn't exist. No, it's true. There's no superwoman.
There's no such thing as a superwoman.
No. What is important is you must spend time to create a system around yourself that makes it work. So investing. And it's
not even just about you anyway.
Yeah.
It's just having a good support system.
Yes, it's creating the right system to make your life work. That's really important, which is why you must learn to appreciate people. Because if you don't appreciate people, your support system is made up of people.
Made up of people, yes.
Yes. And it's about you learning to appreciate people so you can get value from them. And my life works because so many people around me make it work. My house help is as important in my life.
Charity.
You see,
I know Charity.
Driver is important because you can go and park by yourself. No. Your cook is important because you're able to go out and do other things. You still need to feed your family because somebody is stepping in for you to make it happen. So our hands, our legs are extended by other people. And we really don't have a choice but to have the right sense to respect and treat people, with the value that they deserve.
This is your equity thing. It's so funny. I was just talking about it 2 days ago because that really blessed me when we did the 360 management course, when you talked about building equity in different areas of your life. And hopefully some other time we can really get into that, because I know that will really bless a lot of people. Because, as women, we're trying to juggle so many things, and we, like you said, we're not superwoman. Even though at times we think we're superwoman, we want to do everything at the same time. So it's about, prioritization and, concentrating on different parts, at different times. Oh my God, that is so, so wonderful. So one last word for us. Just give us one of those, your nuggets that you have to inspire us to live a life of excellence in this realm of leadership.
Look, the most important thing is that you finish well.
Ooh, and die empty. You always say that.
Yes, I want to die empty and I want to finish well. So in doing that, decide what is your personal value system in your journey of leadership and fight to protect it. No matter what the scenario is saying, fight to protect your value system. Because many times in leadership, there's opportunity for compromises. And the environment will seek to make you betray your own self in order to protect the office you want to keep. So you need to fight to protect your value system, no matter what. It's not worth it. So and in doing that, you need a great support system of right thinking, people who share your values, who you're accountable to in your life. They make all the difference because they keep you on the straight and narrow path.
Absolutely. They keep you grounded. Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so, so much. It's been such a great pleasure to have you on the Excellent Life podcast. And I look forward to seeing you in Dubai. Ladies, if you're out there listening, it's not too late to join us. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. As I close the show today, I want to leave you with the following leadership affirmations. You are a born leader. You lead others by setting a positive example. You are a source of inspiration to many. You bring out the very best in people. You help others focus on the positive aspects of themselves. You inspire others to reach their goals. You are a great visionary. Your true purpose as a leader is to improve the lives of others. You help others realize their true potential. You show the highest level of excellence in leadership. On the next episode of the Excellent Life podcast, I'll be looking at the topic, Keys to Living an Excellent Life. You don't want to miss it. God bless you. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me this week on the Excellent Life podcast. I trust that you have been inspired by the show today. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Bola Mata Loco, the Excellent Life Coach. And be sure to subscribe to the show on iTunes so you never miss an episode. If you love the show, please leave a rating on iTunes so that I can continue to bring you many more life-changing episodes. Thank you for listening, and I will be with you in 2 weeks for another inspiring episode. Till then, remember, it is possible to live your very best life.